So today we're going to talk about the white label mobile app, but let's take a step back real quick and just make sure that everybody's aware of the high level mobile app in general, right? So technically there are 3 of them. Correct me if I'm wrong, Neil. There's one in the App Store called HighLevel. There's the exact same thing called LeadConnector, right? So it's the gray labeled version so that you don't have to break the white label with your clients. You can tell them that, hey, we have an app or we connect with an app called LeadConnector in the Apple Store or the Google Store. You can download that, sign in with your high level credentials. And then there's the white label mobile app, which we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes.
Like
in the mobile app.
Yep. It's very important. Like I keep getting this question, like there's absolutely no difference between LeadConnector and HighLevel. Moving forward, white labels will see a differentiation, white label mobile apps. But as of now, like absolutely, there's like people prefer LeadConnector over HighLevel for XYZ reasons. They feel that updates come faster on LeadConnector, but there is, like, I just want to clear it out. There's absolutely no difference between these 2 apps. Feel free to use anything that you want based on your use case. Like that's the common topic. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So no difference. Neil, I think your audio is a little low. So if you can get closer to your mic, that would be great. But yeah, there is no difference between the LeadConnector app and the HighLevel app. It's the exact same thing. It definitely does work on Android phones, Abel. So if you're having a problem, reach out to support so we can help. There is a difference between white label. Well, white label and the branded app are the same thing, Dar. So in the mobile app, right, the regular mobile app, you can do all of these things. You've got all your contacts in there, the conversations, you can call out, you can now receive calls in, you can manage pipelines, opportunities, tasks, you can access the calendar and all your booked appointments, and you can access reputation management, right? So we can send and receive review requests, we can view and reply to the reviews as they come into the stream. We also have some cool quick actions that I do want to mention because I feel like we always forget to talk about them, like record a video message. Incredibly powerful feature. There are apps that do just that. It's sitting there in the mobile app for you and your clients to use, where you can literally record a message, a video. Hey, thanks for claiming that offer, Bob. We can't wait to see you. Next step is to book whatever. Let us know if you have any questions. Boom. That video goes to the cloud. A link to it goes right into the conversation with a preview, and then you can hit send as a text message. You can send personalized videos. You can also, let's see if it's on this next slide. It's not, but I want to mention before I forget, we can now do invoicing, right? I know it's here in this presentation somewhere, but we can spin up one-off invoices. We can also spin up recurring invoices on the go from the mobile app. So super powerful. We can help businesses collect money on the go. Really great for like home services type businesses that are always out of the office. So aside from it being very cool and you being able to do all those things, the most important thing that you need to know about the mobile app is that it correlates to usage and low churn. When we look at the data across all the high level accounts, the ones that get the most contacts in the system, the most conversations, that have the most stickiness with their sub accounts are the ones that have downloaded the mobile app. So if you are not encouraging your customers, your clients to download and use the mobile app, you should rethink that. It should be the very first thing that you do in your onboarding, because once it's on their phone, every piece of activity creates that push notification that makes their pockets buzz, right? And that's very sticky. Push notifications have an incredibly high open rate, right? And so we want to make sure that we are pushing all that activity into the pockets of our clients. Here's a chart, right? SMBs with the mobile app downloaded generate 61% more leads into the system, which just makes sense, right? Because they're using the product on the go. When they're meeting people in the field, in the office, wherever, they're inputting them into the app. Small businesses with the mobile app downloaded use the platform 90% more than others. So think about that. The usage rate, and we know that usage correlates to stickiness, aka low churn. Low churn equals more money. So 90% statistically, if you just want to increase your client retention, get them to download the mobile app. SMB stands for small business, so small, medium business. we recently pushed a new update to the mobile app, the version 3.49. We've got revamped conversations in there, a brand new dashboard, upgraded the notifications. We added the recurring invoices, which is new. Stripe Connect is not required, which is interesting. I don't think that's a really big deal, but we could talk about that if we need to.
So,
Multilingual support.
Chase, Stripe
Yeah.
and I got a question on chat. So earlier the invoices from the mobile app, Stripe Connect was a mandatory requirement. We removed that. So no matter which gateway are you connected, if it's NMI, if it's authorized.net, invoices will still work. So it was a major enhancement, and it was a like a well-asked feature, which is now possible. And even someone in the chat just asked if invoices works without Stripe. Yep, the answer is yes. It will work with whichever payment gateway you are connected with.
Awesome. So we just made that even easier. That's great. Multilingual support is awesome. So I actually haven't played with this yet, but now you can change the app to how many languages, Neil? Do you know?
The last release it was 16, but we are adding 12 or 10 more languages in this release. So it will go in tandem. Like we will have support of close to 25 languages very soon.
Amazing.
It's close to 16 or 17.
That's awesome. And then insights for sub accounts. Talk to me about that. What did we add there?
So this was important. Like let's say you sent out a marketing campaign from the platform, from the web platform, and you want to see how your marketing campaign is performing. Or let's say you are on the move, but you want to see how many leads in your individual assignees are taking care of, how much money you're making from those opportunities, or at individual sub account level, how many conversations you have opened or replied, how many calls
This
you have
is
made.
cool.
So all of these insights, like we added new dashboards in the mobile app. So all of these insights, it's basically reporting in the mobile app, a drill down version of the web reporting, be it appointment reporting, be it call reporting, be it email marketing reports. So all of those have been consolidated, and the most meaningful ones are inside the
This is
mobile app.
cool. And they look really nice. I know that you probably can't see that, but I'm checking them out right now. The graphs are really nice. This is a really great way to kind of get a quick overview of what's happening in the system. That's cool.
I think
All right, awesome.
Go in the the slides coming in should have screenshots.
Okay, great. So now we've got screenshots of what we just covered. So revamped conversations. The UI on this is getting so good, right? I think it obviously you can also see that we have dark mode in there now for those of you that love dark mode, which I can't understand. It immediately makes my brain hurt when I switch to a dark mode, but a lot of people love it. So we have it there now. There's like swipe actions, right? So if I go to conversations, I can swipe just like you'd expect from like your chat app or WhatsApp or things like that. So you've got quick swipe actions in there. So the UI is just looking awesome. And then here we've got updated notifications. So this is cool, right? The review requests look a lot better. And look at how cool the calendar stuff looks now. This is looking really great. And we recently added these. Do we have a name for these? These are like quick actions, right? In the notification,
so
right?
Notification actions. Yeah, notification actions. So like what we realized is, especially for people who are in multiple sub accounts, when a conversation comes in, you click in, the location changes, you go to the conversation, then you reply. So we wanted to solve that. So this will be your one-stop solution where you can see conversations of all the sub accounts if you're part of them. If not, you will see the conversations from the single sub account, and you can just quickly reply from this screen without navigating anywhere in the app. So again, like we were tracking the activity over the period of time, and we saw people are using it like crazy now. Like they love this feature. They love the fact that the whole message body is here, and it's not that you won't get the whole context. When you click on reply in any of the conversations, the whole message body pops up in the bottom sheet, like right in this screen, and you can do a quick reply here. So
Nice.
like we wanted to just like reduce the number of steps you take to make like do a reply and just reply to clients like in one tap. And like if you can see, the appointment status is basically change status. You get a list of options. You can confirm, delete, cancel, whatever you want.
Yeah, this one's really nice, right? So folks that are managing bookings on the fly, if you just need to reschedule or change the status real quick to not have to like go find it, that's awesome. So recurring invoices. So these are new, right? And this is really powerful. You can just spin up a subscription basically, and then text to somebody and start collecting recurring revenue right from the mobile app. This looks great, by the way. So as you go through the creation process, you can see exactly where you are in the process as you step through it. So if you haven't played with that yet, I would definitely check that out. I saw somebody ask a question about when we're going to add estimates and proposals to the mobile app. Do you know the ETA on that, Neil?
Q4, like we are already in works. We are starting with estimates. Sorry, we are starting with proposals, and yeah, like it should be Q4. Actually, we are revamping the whole invoicing product inside the mobile app. With the launch of Tap to Pay, there are things that will become better. There are things that will like things like estimates and proposals will start to show up, and all of these is happening in the next quarter. So a lot better payment module would be available in mobile as we move forward, which includes estimates and proposals as well.
Great. So Q4, I think I heard you say.
Yep, Q4.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I just had to send somebody something before I forgot. Multilingual support. Here we go. So here's where you can just switch the app into another language, which is awesome. So I know that the team is, I don't know what the number is, but almost the entire app has been internationalized. There's just a few more pieces left. And then I think after that's done, we'll just keep adding more languages. So this has been a really fun project. And honestly, a lot of it, the community, have been a huge help here. So if you're using it in another language and you see something that doesn't make sense in your language, definitely reach out to us so that we can get that updated. It's been fun to kind of see like the quirks of, oh no, in this language, I forget what the funny example was, but a filter. They're like, it translated as like a literally filter you'd put in your car. Like we just use the English word filter. So stuff like that is fun, but we don't know unless it gets pointed out. Next up, appointment enhancements. So here we've got a GIF that's kind of going to walk us through it, which is pretty cool. But this whole UI update is awesome. We've got a cleaner UI with no events on the event list, a filter for calendars. What do we mean by that? No events, Neil?
No, like these are very simple UI cleanups. Like when you don't have events, we are showing it in your like just like Google Calendar does in the list itself. People were getting confused that, hey, I don't have an event on a particular date, but I don't see any differentiation. It's just a clean, like a simple list. So we improved that. So basically, appointment is going through major UI UX revamps just to make it more closer to Google Calendar and like any other general calendar app. So people are already used to Google Calendar, so they don't find it difficult to use our calendar as well.
Awesome. Next up, insights. So, cool. Here's screenshots of what I was trying to show you on my phone. So basically reporting in the mobile app, you can see we've got it tabbed out. So if you click on marketing, you get different reports, but these all look really great. I think they might even look better in non-dark mode, but check these out. If you haven't checked them out already, I just went into a sub account and it was really insightful, actually. So well done on the name there and great job getting that in. This one is super exciting. So I'm so happy. This is in what, internal beta, Neil?
So this is in public beta. We have released public beta. It's available only in Android. Apple is yet to review because it was a major change and it's related to payments. Apple is taking time. iOS is taking time. Android, it's live in public beta. Hopefully by today, end of the day, we will have it live in iOS as well.
Okay, this is amazing. So what we're talking about here is basically turning any smartphone that has the HighLevel or the LeadConnector or your white labeled mobile app on it into a credit card terminal with just tap, right? So I had the privilege, I think, to be the very first transaction. We were in Japan and Neil was like, hey, check this out. Pull out your phone and I'm going to charge you $1. And literally I just did the, double tap on my thing to open up my wallet. I tapped it to his phone and it was instant. The transaction happened. And so This is unreal, right? For businesses that have been using like those weird dongles that you have to plug into a phone and all of that. Literally anybody could be at a farmer's market, on site, on a job, wherever, and take credit card payments with this release. So Neil, you said this is in public beta. If I have an Android and I want to test it out, how do I access that?
There's a help article of how to join the beta program both in iOS and Android. Like if you just go like Google it, or I'll just drop the link. I'll find if I find it handy. It's basically you have to opt in to join the beta program. Simple one-step process. Once you're in the beta program, you will see this app in your Play Store or in test flight if you're an Apple user, iOS user.
Okay, amazing. And if someone from our team is here in the chats, maybe you could grab that link and throw it in there. I'm seeing a bunch of comments and questions about this. So yes, custom price, you can enter in any amount, right? Just enter it in and then tap and boom, you collected that money. It's definitely coming to iOS. Lucho, it sounds like we're just waiting for Apple to approve it. So Android approved it already. Once it gets approved by Apple, is that when it'll come out of beta?
Yeah, like it will be in beta for 1 week. We will take feedbacks. That's how we move forward with any release. Like we will monitor the release for any possible crashes that is happening in the public beta. And then like in a week, it should be available to everyone.
Awesome. So Patrick, they don't need to have any app as the buyer, right? Any credit card that does tap to pay works. And then any phone that has like Google Pay set up, Apple Pay, like I just did Apple Pay, scanned my face and tapped it, and it was instant. So incredible. This is really going to change things for a lot of businesses. And yeah, I see a lot of people asking for the beta. So if somebody could dig that up and throw it into the chat, we'll make sure that we put it in the email when we send out the recording of this as well. NFC, I'm assuming this works through NFC, right, Neil?
Yep, NFC. This is NFC based payments.
Awesome. Very
and
cool.
This is with Stripe. So you need to have a Stripe account connected to your main sub account to accept payments. So this is a technology which is based out of Stripe, and it's I would like to mention it very specifically. It works only in US. That's the limitation we have right now. It has opened up for Australia and New Zealand last week. So we will we'll just have to update some technical SDKs before we make it live. So this release only works in US and US dollar currencies. But the next step is Australia and New Zealand, and then it's Canada. So these 4 regions or countries are allowed to do tap to pay. For some countries, there's a regulation regulation by the local government where you can't do tap to pay. But for some countries, it's already available, but just that Stripe hasn't released it for that particular country. But they are quick. I guess we are continuously in touch with them, their team, and they say that by end of this year, all the geographies which support tap to pay, which does not have a restriction by the local authorities, should have it. So it's not a worry for people who are in, let's say, Philippines or any of the Asian countries to not have this feature.
Awesome. So basically, as other countries open it up, we'll enable those countries in the app as we move forward.
Yep.
Cool. But right now it's US only and it's Stripe based.
Yep.
Awesome. Email, CC, Carbon Copy and BCC are now compatible or visible, I should say, in the mobile app. So this is kind of a newish feature in general in HighLevel, so that we can CC contacts and BCC contacts and receive emails that have people CC'd and BCC'd. And now we can see those here in the mobile app.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So let's talk about white label. So the white labeled option is that you can take the HighLevel app and then brand it to your own business and get it into the App Store under your brand so that you can tell your clients and customers, hey, download our app from the Apple Store or the Android Store. Up until recently, it was a pretty, you could put your logo on it and customize maybe a couple of things. Recently, the team has been working on this for, I don't know, probably more than a year, I think. They just launched a quantum leap forward with the new white label customizer. So, I think I covered these. This one, Neil, when does this kick in? Because I saw people asking about this. So it used to be that white labeled mobile apps would get the updates last, right? And now they're going to get them first. Have we started that yet?
We will be starting it off, right? Like this is a level up launch for white label mobile apps. So from like, as we proceed, as we get to the level up day, we will be announcing it officially that white label customers or white label clients get a preference. And it's not about just giving them a preference, but ideally the white label customizer that we build, our backend is now capable to release these updates faster. So, and all
Awesome.
the control after the updates would be with the clients. Like we won't control the updates anymore. No one has to reach the support. Hey, my white label is not updated. Nothing of that sort. They will get the control. They can update their app. They can do beta testing on their app. All of them from the white label customizer.
Fantastic. Okay. So Neil kind of also like, he mentioned that when we plan for level up, a lot of like big releases get timed up to, okay, we're going to launch it at level up, right? Because we're there. It's big fanfare, big party. But they finished ahead of time. And this is such an awesome release that Sean and everyone were like, no, just get it out. And so this actually came out earlier than it was supposed to. So let's give Neil and his team a big round of applause for pushing that out ahead of time. But it sounds like around level up is when the white labeled folks will start to get prioritization of the releases for the updates. So we now have custom fonts, sidebar, icon tray, dark mode, tap to pay we just talked about, but let's get into it. So the team literally built a customizer where you can just go in right now in your account and start building your own custom app. So you go in, basically you start uploading your logo, you start choosing a theme, you pick the fonts that you want, you've got full module control, and you can actually rearrange. So there's a left menu that slides out, right? You can reorder things in that. There's the icon tray across the bottom. You can reorder that, and you can hide things, which I think was a big release for a lot of folks, right? Because some, high levelers use high level in a million different ways. Some folks are like, look, I don't do online scheduling or whatever. So I don't want my clients to see this calendar in the mobile app because it confuses them. And they start asking me like, am I supposed to have a calendar or appointments? What's going on here? So now you can literally completely customize the mobile app to your liking. And what's really cool is as you use the customizer, you see an instant preview of what it's going to look like. So as you change the colors and the fonts and all of that, you see what it's going to look like right on the right-hand side. You fill out your details. Once you get a certain point in the process, you have to like hit, yes, I'm ready to pay. And then basically the last couple of steps unfold. And we'll see a screenshot of that in a second. So before this process all was like a big long form and it was manual back and forth between you and our team. And we could only launch X amount of them every month. This is instant now. No more forms. You play with it yourself in the builder. When you've got it to your liking, you hit go. There's a progress tracker, so you see exactly where you are in the process at all times. The apps get pushed into the store in a matter of days, where in the past it took weeks. And then again, you've got easy access through the app links to get to them in the store once they're there. So let's take a look at this. This is basically how it starts. You hop in, you start doing your branding options here. And we've got this cool left-hand navigation here to step you through the different pieces of it. So you start adding your stuff and you start seeing the app change on the right-hand side there. So this is just more customizations. Once we get into this piece, check this out. So there's literally like, how many different colors are there technically in there, Neil?
48, including dark. So you can select dark and light individually if you have time. We don't recommend doing that. Like it's an easy process. You select 4 colors and we will generate the palette for you. But if you have a designer, in-house designer to exactly match your dark theme and light theme, go ahead and play with it. And like you can see the preview, but it's not recommended ideally. Like you can mess up things.
That's awesome. So we basically have color palettes in there that are great. You can choose them, but if you want to actually get in there and define every color yourself, you can do that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Here we've got fonts, all sorts of font options that you can choose from. And so as we go through this, you could see like, okay, here are the different modules. So like, let's say you don't want tasks, you could toggle that off and then they won't be able to see it in the mobile app. Same thing with the order of them, right? So we can drag and drop them over here, which is amazing. So when we think about this, you know, in the past, it was like, oh, you know, people are going to know that this is just LeadConnector with my logo on it and stuff like that. Now the sky is the limit between all of the fonts, the colors, the orders, what you're showing, what you're hiding. It literally becomes your own custom app. And very soon, Neil,
Custom links.
we're going to have custom links. So just like in the desktop app, you're going to be able to add custom menu links so that you can literally add whatever you want into the app. You'll probably pick an icon, I imagine, right? That for the tray or whatever, you could add it into
Icon,
the
description, the link, and then the like, just to mention it, and this is the first time I'm mentioning it, it will be embedded web view. Like it won't be a URL opening in your browser. It will feel like it's opening inside the app. That's what we are working on.
Amazing. And what do you think the ETA for that is?
It's tough to disclose. It's already in works.
All right. I won't push you any further, but you guys are already working on it. Soon we will be able to add custom items into the mobile app. And then when that happens, it's completely unique, right? Okay. So the moment we've all been waiting for, how much does this cost? So traditionally, you have to pay for this quarterly. So essentially it's $14.91 per quarter when you sign up for this. But I begged, I pleaded, and Neil made this happen. We are dropping the quarterly as of today. For the next 30 days, you can go sign up for White Label mobile app and pay monthly. So it's an additional $4.97 a month. In order to do that, it's not in the customizer yet. You need to go into the marketplace and sign up for it there first, right?
Yep. Just maybe we can just pull it up and just show them where it is.
Okay. Good call.
Offer lasts, like offer will be applicable till stock lasts. So
okay, cool. So basically we need to come over to, oh, I need to go up. We need to come over to, so here's the new the tab, right? If you want to go play with the customizer, here's the tab in your agency account. Come here, hop in, and you can start messing around with all the config stuff. But to get the monthly pricing, you just come over to Marketplace. And here it is. Okay, awesome. So we can sign up now for $4.97 a month. You don't have to commit to the quarterly anymore. This promotion, I believe, is going to run for the next 30 days for everybody who is here. And so, yeah, so basically you sign up here and then hop into the customizer, right? And start building out your app.
yeah. So basically that's it. The payment will automatically take, like we will automatically take care of your payment and you will be able to build the whole app from the customizer.
Awesome. Cool. So I think, what do we have here? Oh, this is the payment piece if you're going through the customizer. But Neil, you guys hooked it up, right? So if I go pay in Marketplace, this is already taken care of this step?
Payment is taken care. This is basically the compliance and the profile details, the
Okay.
support email. Like these are the details that you need to give to the Apple stores and the Play stores.
Got it.
These
Got it. So when you get to this stage in the process, this is basically saying, hey, you have to input all this information because Apple and Google require it for your app to hit the store.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Okay, cool. So here's where you put in your dev credentials. You actually have to register with Apple and Google as a developer because this is your app. And so you just drop those here and then you are moving on. Oh, we've got more cool screenshots of color palettes and whatnot.
So this is the final preview that you get before you submit the app. You can see what color you have chosen, their details, profile details, personal details, and everything. Like it's a one-page overview of everything that we have done in the previous 3 steps.
Awesome. And then here's the process tracker. So basically, in the past, it was a constant like, hey, where am I at in this process? When is my app going live? And it was all manual. And now it's all streamlined and you can just see it right there. And so you'll know exactly where you are in the process and you'll be pending approval. And then as soon as it gets approved by the app stores, you are good to go. Amazing. Okay. So that's the end of our deck. So I'm going to kill the screen share. And I know we have a ton of comments. Oops. Stop share. But I believe some of the team have been in here answering comments as we go. I'm going to check out the Q&A comments real quick. Is this for existing users of the white label app or people looking to get it? People looking to get it. But how does it work with the customizer if you already have a white label mobile app? Can you just hop into your account and start changing stuff, Neil?
Am I audible?
Oh, yep, you're back.
Yeah. So I missed it. Was the question like what happens to the existing users?
If I already have a white label mobile app, can I hop into
No
the
worries.
customizer and start changing things?
Yeah, just go, like if you already have a existing mobile app, your details should be pre-filled in the customizer. Your existing colors, you can change whatever you want, you can play around, and the next update that we will push will be with all the recent details. So if you're an existing customer, you don't need to worry, just go and play around.
Great. Question here, the invoicing function in the mobile app, does that have to be Stripe or can it work with the other gateways that we have in payments?
It does not depend on Stripe. Like whatever payment gateway you have set up in web, it works with that. Tap to pay works with Stripe. Invoices is independent of Stripe or whatever.
Okay, cool. I see a couple of people asking that they already have the mobile app and they're waiting for the latest update to push. When is that going to go out to them?
Is it about the white label app or in general? If it's about white label app, we already pushing, like all the clients who are in white label are getting like our white label operations teams are pushing the updates. So in the next 1 week, they will already be in the latest version. If not, if there's like if in case we miss it, I'll just drop an email here. You can directly email to that particular person and he will take care of it. We have a good white label operations team now who takes care of your delivery. But yeah, if it's for the general apps, LeadConnector and HighLevel, we already mentioned it's in public beta and it should go out in a week.
Awesome. Bobby asks a question about calendars and Calendly. So yeah, you should definitely be able to replace your Calendly calendar, Bobby, with a high level calendar. No problem. I mean, you can create way more complex calendars than that in high level and then manage it in the mobile app. So yeah, test it out. It's easy and fun. Vicky, when do all those updates we just went over? Okay, we just answered that one. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Can you do push notifications to all your clients that have downloaded your app? Yeah, Joshua. So in workflows, for example, there's an action called internal notification, and you can choose whether you want it to be an email, an SMS, or a push. And the push pushes to the phone, and it also pushes a browser notification if they have those enabled as well. Replay will be sent out. Yep, we'll get that out probably tomorrow. What do the color codes map to? How can we view dark mode? The preview doesn't look how. Color codes are hex codes, right?
Yep, it's hex codes, and you can preview it in both light and dark. The right menu where you see the preview, it's interactive. You can go and click on the items, change between dark and light modes. So, and
Cool.
yeah, like all the major screens are there.
Don says he just signed up through the marketplace for $4.97 monthly. So does that mean I can now go into the customizer and it'll skip the payment step at the end?
Yes.
Fantastic.
So payment will show as 1491 for now because we don't have the 497 plan up and running in the customizer. But there's no need to worry. Like it's fine. Like we have it.
Great. Like I said, I really beat up on the team to get that update ready for today because I really wanted to announce it. everybody here could go get it for monthly instead of having to commit to the quarter. Ali, can you explain the white labeled Zap? Yeah, let's talk about that. So Zapier, obviously HighLevel's registered in Zapier as well, but so is LeadConnector. And you can actually white label that too, so that if you need to connect to Zapier for something, you don't have to tell your clients to go get LeadConnector or use the HighLevel's apps. So the white labeled Zap is completely separate, right? You don't have to sign up for that to get the white label mobile app, right, Neil?
It's $50 per month if you just want the Zap. If you get the white label mobile app, Zap is complimentary. Like we give it anyways. Yeah.
Got it. Mike, you do need to register and pay Apple and Google directly. That's completely out of our control. So there is like a small fee to be a developer for them. I think it's annually. So yeah, they do want their money. Is the mobile app accessible by non-users, or would they need to create an account? Yes, they have to have a HighLevel account. So they need to be a client of yours or a HighLevel customer in order to use any of these apps. So Lucho, we just talked about Zapier. Will agency sub accounts automatically be onboarded onto the white label app? So yes, when you sign up for a white label app, it then gets discoverable in the sub account, right, Neil?
Chase, I missed it. Come again.
So when you sign up for a white label mobile app and I go customize it, I get it into the store, it then shows up in my sub accounts, right?
So the process is, if once your app is live in the agency dashboard, you have an option to promote that app, white label app, into your sub account. So there's a hot show download links to my client button at the agency level. You turn it on and it will start promoting the white label app inside your sub account. The same goes with LeadConnector and HighLevel actually. Like you can decide which app you want to promote, but definitely if you have a white label, you want to promote a white label app.
Awesome. Is the white label only for agencies for sub accounts to use, or can sub accounts brand? No, so the branding is for your agency. I've seen that though, Neil. People asking, can I get more than one white labeled mobile app? Is that something that we have in the future planned?
We do it currently. We tie multiple subscriptions into the same agency account, and a specialist from our team gets in touch with them to get the requirements in and actually curate the experience. Like we have been doing with some of our clients, where we are giving like 4 or 5 different apps, multi-branded apps actually, to the same agency. So if you have a use case for that, reach out to me. I'll get you in touch with the respected team who can get this done for you.
Awesome. So it is possible. So if you have clients that want their own branded mobile app, like sometimes you work with franchises and stuff, and that's a big deal for them. Sounds like we'll make it happen. So just reach out. Let's see. Where can we reach out if we're getting an error that our app is for an older version of Android? I would say just hit the question mark and ping our support team. Lucho, we just talked about how you promote it to your sub accounts. Can we show that on my screen? Okay, let's try to do that. So Neil, walk me through this here. Actually, I don't know if we will be able to see it. Because we don't technically have a white labeled mobile app in this account, right?
Branding company, yeah, we have it. Let's try and go to custom brand. I think I enabled it for our agency account, or the one which Graham uses. I don't know which agency that was.
So if I had a white label mobile app for this sub account, where would it show up?
No, go to the agency view. I'll just show you. Go to the agency view. Switch to agency view. Yeah. Go to the mobile app section. Select the custom branded mobile app. So just hold on. So if it was live, right, we would have, I'll just annotate if it's possible. No, yeah, we would have been able to turn this on. Because we don't have a custom branded app, let's try it with LeadConnector. Select LeadConnector and select, yeah, so this is turned on, and click on Save Preferences. Yeah, now for any of the sub account, like if you switch to any of the sub accounts, it will show up.
Okay. Here we go. Cool.
Now, when you click here, you will see the LeadConnector download links. And
Awesome.
if it was white label, it would have been your white label branding.
Cool. So here it is. So there you go, Lucho. Once you set it up, your clients will see it right there. Can you push promotions of your product's assets? Not sure if this has been answered. Yeah, so basically you could build a workflow, again, using an action that is a internal notification action, and just choose push as the type. And then you could just push people into that workflow and they'll get a push notification. Yes, white label mobile app charge is in addition to your normal plan. Let's see. If you are currently paying for annual or quarterly and you want to change that, just reach out to us. It's not something that we can do right here on this webinar. Any chance of plans making the presentation available for demo training purposes? We're going to send the recording tomorrow, and then we'll start there. Yeah, you should be able to just grab screenshots of whatever you need. But if you need more than that, let us know. Have we started the monthly price $497 a month, Mark? It was quarterly, so you had to pay like $1,400 a pop, but now it's $497 monthly, and you can sign up for that in Marketplace. Soon it'll be right in the customizer, but for now, so that we can get it live today, just go to the Marketplace and sign up there first. Okay, cool. So that was all the Q&A questions, and I see it looks like the team's been answering questions as we go in the chat, and there's a ton of chat, so I'm not even going to try to dig through those. But awesome. Oh, I see one more pop up. That's an annual question. Again, just reach out to support. Is there a walkthrough video of how to use LeadConnector from the user's perspective? There's not, Mark, but somebody asked that question or something similar earlier, and I sent that to our team. So we will put some thought into that. Maybe like a white labeled video of using LeadConnector. Again, that won't help people that have the white labeled version, but they could use that as a guide, maybe to create their own walkthrough. Cool. All right. So I think we'll cut it there. Neil, thanks again. I know that you're under the weather, but it was really great of you to tough it out and join us today. And thank you so much to everybody for watching. Again, I want to stress the coolest thing about all of this is the retention, the correlation to client retention that the mobile app brings. If you are not having your clients download, whether it's LeadConnector or you have a white labeled version, you are leaving money on the table. Statistically, sub accounts that use the mobile app across the board perform better and stick longer. So hopefully that point has sunk in, and now it's super easy to take that mobile app and create it, brand it for your business so that you have your own app in the App Store. So yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. If you have any questions, just hit the question mark. You can reach out to the team via chat, and we will see you in the next webinar.